Hare Krishna. Nowadays, especially in India, uh, most of the energy of the nation, whether it is in the political circles or in the educational circles, everywhere, uh, religion is playing a havoc. Religion is the root cause for friction and conflicts, and it is wasting so much of human energy. So many times intellectuals go to the extent of questioning, is there any use for religion in the society? No. Maybe the human beings will do well without religion. Is it true? So Bhagavadgita, it is a science, it is an age-old knowledge, valid for all times, all places, and all people, because it is true knowledge. Like mathematics is mathematics for Muslims, it is mathematics for Indians, mathematics for Americans, same thing. Like that, the original word used for religion in the Vedic literature is dharma. Especially we call it Sanatan Dharma. So it itself clears many misunderstandings. When you say Hindu, Muslim, Christian, majority religion, minority religion, it's all a big confusion among people. But the Vedic philosophy uses the word so precisely. They call it Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma is a very meaningful use which religion cannot convey. Sanatan Dharma means it is our constitutional, eternal position. So, human beings, we all have to be situated in our dharma. Like, say, a common example is given. A washerman, he has a donkey and a dog. Generally, a washerman keeps a dog or a donkey because dog has a different function and donkey has a different function. Donkey is a beast of burden. It carries loads, weights. And people keep dogs for security reasons. So if strangers come, the dog barks and so on. So this example is given to convey a point that one time one thief came to the house of this washerman, and the donkey was seeing and the dog was seeing. The lazy dog, it was sleeping, and the donkey thought, being loyal to the master, this dog is not barking, I will bark, so that the thief will not do mischief in the house. So in the middle of the night, the donkey started barking, and the washerman got up, and then he said, why in the middle of the night unnecessarily this is creating nuisance, and he went and give beatings to the donkey. So the point is, the dog has to do its job and donkey has to do the donkey's job. Similarly, dharma means we have an occupation. If you don't do that, we'll be at fault. According to Vedic knowledge, the whole thing, God is the creator, and He has created everything, and He has created with a purpose, and He has created different human beings depending on the desires of the human beings themselves. It is not that God is whimsical in creating people. Like we call it karma siddhanta. Everybody gets opportunities or situations in life according to their previous karmas. Now we can improve it in this life. Now you do scripturally sanctioned karmas, and you can make progress, and you'll be eligible for better opportunities in life. Not that because of your previous life you are condemned. If you don't acts of penance, acts of reformation, then however you may struggle, things don't change for you. But the scriptures are giving a provision that alright, you may have taken past karmas like this. Now you take shelter of God and you try to follow the instructions of God. Change His destiny or fortune. So dharma, according to Bhagavadgita, it is on two levels. One is we have this body and we are the Atma in the body. So people who are on the spiritual platform, they have to do different work. Just like as I told you, the donkey has its work and the dog has its work. So similarly, one who has come to spiritual platform, his realizations, his understanding, his experience of joy or something, he will work on a different level. But like majority of people, we don't know the difference between body and soul. So generally we are all living in bodily concept of life. So when we are in bodily concept, we all come under the three modes of material nature. Either we are dominated by mode of goodness, passion or ignorance. So Bhagavad-Gita teaches, so Bhagavad-Gita has nothing to do with, from the very beginning of Gita, there is no religion based on body like Hindu, Muslim, Christian and like that. That means if people can read and understand Bhagavad Gita nicely, we can organize the society in such a wonderful way, and we can avoid these fanatical, fundamental conflicts among the members of the society. So, at the very beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Dehino asmin yada dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tada dehantar prapti dera satrameti. So, the foundation of Dharma is you are not the body, you are the Atma. So, if you are not enlightened to that level, so the bodily Dharma applies. The bodily Dharma also, if you are in the mode of goodness, if you are in the mode of passion, if you are in the mode of ignorance, Dharma means we all have an obligation to God. The Bhagavatam says, what is the difference between animals and human beings? Animals also, they have legs, they have eyes, they also have mouth and so on. They also eat, sleep, mate and so on. But there is Dharma for human beings, because human beings are evolved in consciousness and they can actually practice genuine religion, which we call Sanatan Dharma. That means by devotional service, this is the essence of Dharma. Dharma means just like the children are subordinate to parents, the subjects are subordinate to boss. Similarly, everyone is subordinate to God. That is the beginning of religion. That means we all have an obligation to God. Now, in the modern society, or atheistic science, or atheistic leaders, or godless people, or even if you say there is God, people are whimsical. People have, there are so many philosophies floating around, and with all vested interests, are politically motivated, or exploiting the innocent people. But it all doesn't come under genuine religion. Genuine religion is progressive, necessary, helpful, and it makes our human life worthwhile and complete. So, according to Bhagavadgita, the Dharma means wherever people are, they should try to move towards God. Like people who are God-men, or say godly men, are divine personalities. So it is expected that a divine personality, because he is intoxicated with the love of God, he loves everybody, because he has internal happiness, he is on a spiritual platform. So such people, they avoid intoxicants or sinful activities. They don't need, their life is simple. So real Dharma will actually make a person ethical, moral, it will make a person a gentleman, and such a person is content, and he knows that everybody can come to that platform. Just like Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the modern day saint who has started the Hare Krishna movement, he has taken the spiritual knowledge and the spiritual practices all over the world. And people who are thoughtful, people intellectual, carefully listen to him. And they saw that under the common fatherhood of God, everybody can be united. In this world of globalization, it is also necessary that under the common fatherhood of God, everybody can really live together peacefully. Just like in a family, under the head father, all children they cooperate, they assist the father, and so on. Similarly, the scripture is there to unite people and to make people better, and so on. Then you may ask the thing, why do these different religions? So this is all based on people's background they created, because we have moved away from the Sanatan Dharma, some kind of religion, but if you properly explain Bhagavadgita, these religious clashes, religious differences. So Prabhupada used to suggest there are so many departments in the government. Why there is no department of religion? So there should be a department of religion, and the religious heads, they should scrutinizingly study the scriptures, whether it is Bible or Quran or Bhagavadgita, and draw out the uh, common factors, and then there should be what is called inter-religious dialogue. That means people have to be open-minded. Just like I may be a Hindu, and my eye is in trouble, and I don't say, even though there is no Hindu eye specialist, I don't want to go to that Christian eye specialist. No, if he's eye specialist, it doesn't matter whether he's Christian or Hindu, you should go. Similarly, we should have that tolerance, we should have that honesty to inquire. When people are, so if religious sets are fanatic, then where is the scope for uniting people? Because these are misleading their followers. So Bhagavad Gita, the word Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma means even our bodily duties, we have to do it as per the dictations of God. That means you cannot do any business and every business. Liquor business, you will make money and you will spoil people. You do slaughterhouse business and you interfere with God's laws and you make people break the laws of God. So everything has to be adjusted. So because it is said, after the science, the philosophy, at the end of the philosophy is dharma. That means it needs a cool head. It needs a deeper introspection. And there is not so much availability of honest gurus or genuine gurus. And because there is restlessness and so that there is need for God consciousness. So many fake gurus are around exploiting the innocent, gullible public. So there is a great need that Bhagavad Gita, it should be introduced. First, the leaders should study, the education should study, and when they see that how it is so essential, how it is so correct to have these values of Bhagavad Gita, and then we can take it. So this what is prevalent in the modern society, this, in the name of Hindu, Christian, and Muslim and all that. So it is only try to dominate each other, conflict each other, resulting in religious clashes and so on. It is said you cannot understand God with arguments and debates and clashes. It needs, so that's why it is a sadhana. People have to do sadhana. Anyone who is interested in God, he should try to regulate his life, a regulated way of living. That means we should at least know that is liquor necessary to the society, is meat eating necessary to the society, is promiscuity. That means by introducing all these cinemas and all that, and you spoil morality in the society, then people become degraded. So Bhagavad Gita is taking us in a systematic way how to know the difference in body and soul, so how to control the mind and the senses. This is called real religion. So ultimately, religion means that which helps you to control your mind and senses, that which helps you to overcome the weaknesses and shortcomings. Religion means that which brings out the character in you, and religion that you get communion with God. That way, you become broad-hearted person to love everybody, to help everybody. This is the genuine approach to. So we don't say there is no need for Bible or Quran. Let's get together and see the people who are the heads, and then draw out, and then so religious education is very, that's what we call it value-free education. Value-free education. You study botany, zoology, chemistry, but how do they help overcome our anger, lust, greed, jealousy, and these things? There is no methodology there to handle these things. So human society without genuine religious education, it will be a failure. It is called missing link. It is not complete. It is lopsided education. So, because our modern leaders, they don't have grip over the subject. So they say state and religion, they have to be. Religion, they think it is something people believe in. It is subjective, so state doesn't interfere. They say state is without religion. But then without religion, without genuine religious principle, it will be a chaos. So Bhagavadgita teaches man-making education, character-building education. Ultimately, it is God-conscious education. It is not that you can squeeze anything you like from the Mother Nature. Mother Nature, it also reciprocates. It is not just inanimate. Everything is deified. The Vedas, Mother Ganga, Sun God. It is true. So when people become God conscious, the nature cooperates. So there is a great need. People of India to go deeply into knowledge. And Prabhupada said, we don't have to imitate blindly the foreigners. They are the edge of technology, but Indians, the edge of spiritual technology. They're in our blood. It's their elaborate body of knowledge, the Vedic knowledge, hundreds and thousands of books. And there is summary also, the Bhagavadgita. No confusion, no conflict, is a lack of education and simply ignorance about genuine principles of God consciousness. So Bhagavad Gita has to be taken at all levels. From the childhood, people have to be educated in the educational system. Or leaders, they have to be trained. Otherwise, how can they lead us? They themselves being agnostic or atheistic. So they cannot stop this liquor, drinking, smoking, these things. So they cannot pass good laws in order to set the society right. So just one book, Bhagavad Gita, if it can be read deeply and systematically, I think there is a good hope for humanity. So the conclusion is that it is not Hindu, Muslim or Christian. It is body and Atma, and how to regulate the body and how to come to a spiritual platform. This is the basis of religion, and this is called civilized society. Hare Krishna.